What's up, YouTube? Hey, today I'm going to show you a few more of my trick carvings and some other things that I've done, and it's also going to be my first attempt ever at trying to do any sort of video editing. I'm new to it. I really don't know what I'm in for. I don't know if it's going to be a pain or if it's easy to do or what the deal is, but I am hoping I can figure it out so that I can start doing at some point some videos in which I demonstrate how to carve some different types of things and how to make some different sorts of things. But I need to edit so it's not so long and drawn out, and so hopefully I can figure all the editing aspect of doing these videos out. But until then, I'm going to show you these. I'm going to aim the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. And as always, please excuse the stuttering. Alright, I'll be right back. Start with the very first trick carving I ever did. That's this piece of oak here. It's made from an oak wrung from a vegetable crate. I carved this starting about a week out of high school, so I started it about August of '91, and I was done within a week or two. I started here on this end here with these chain links, and when I got here, so I could start creating this cube-ish slug in this cage here, I learned several very important lessons about trick carving. One is to choose woods that are suited for knife whittling. This is oak, and oak is very hard. And that means that a lot of pressure has to be applied to the knife sometimes. Well, that being so, and the fact that maybe my knife wasn't quite razor sharp, you want your tools to be razor sharp. I mean, so that it'll shave hairs off you. So when I say razor sharp, I mean literally razor sharp. Because a dull knife takes more force to cut, and more force means an increased risk of either breaking something or cutting the hell out of yourself. So I was about here, I was cutting down, and the next thing I know, I sliced my palm probably a good 2 inches long. So maybe 3 or 4 hours into my very first trick carving, and I'm already gouged open, so be careful, okay? And here's one of those crazy 8s. A ring, a letter A inside of a letter A. Let's see that. A plunger, a ring on a shaft, and I'm not sure what I was doing here, but it didn't really work out well. But though it gave me the idea to make this, though, a slug in a 3-bar cage. And this one, I believe, was sprayed in lacquer, but I coated it in lacquer years later. So that's my very first trick carving. Alright, let's see here. This is one I'm still working on now. I am now in the stage of sanding. This is carved out of root from a camphor tree. So it's camphor root. The wood, I allowed it to dry for 3 or 4 years at least, maybe 6 years. And it carves so well. I've done 2 items now out of this wood, and I really like how it carves. So I have a face here, which is sanded, and I've got to sand from there down still. But legs, chain links, a 3-bar spiral, okay, a 6-bar sliding joint here, okay, chain links. That's something new I came up with. I do not yet have a name for it, but I think it turned out cool. So it's basically a ring here on a shaft with a handle or a loop that feeds through that loop there, and a small ring within. Then a cage here that's loose on the shaft with a ring inside that's also loose. And a cage here. And I still have to get done cutting those balls inside there loose. But when it's done, there will be 2 balls loose inside of that cage. Now, these were intended as chessmen to go with a board I had made in high school shop. And then years later, I started on a set of chessmen. And I got about 12 of them done, and I had lost interest, and I moved on. And since then, I've given away some of them, but this was a pawn. He's got a necktie. And a pawn. He's got a bushy... Am I recording? Okay, good. Just checking. I wasn't sure. It keeps dying because of battery and out of memory and stuff. So, and he's got a bushy mustache and beard. At that time, I think I also had a bushy beard, at least. And a king. He's got a ring under his crown and a pocket on his shirt. Why a king would be wearing a pocketed shirt, who knows? It's not a real king. A pawn. And an opposing pawn. A bishop, a ring on there, a cross on the top, and a knight. And of course, all of them stand as well. One day I thought I would attempt to carve a pliers joint So I did, and here's my initial attempt. It's not quite right. If it's done right, you don't have to take out a button of wood. It works though, and then I learned the correct way of doing it, and I made a pair of pliers. These are carved as one. There is no glue. I mean, they were carved just like that and stayed that way until the point that they were able to open. Now, a correctly done joint, there'd be no slop there, or a little bit of slop, and would not have to cut away any wood, as I did there, and there. This joint is better here. It's real close to the way it should be, and there's a larger joint here, pliers joint. See, now this one I made too long from end to end, so I had to take away a lot of wood inside of there and there. And I didn't have the angle right there. If it's correct, even long, it'll still work. It'll just be loose how it is here. So see that? But if it's too tight from there to there, too short, then you either need to change that angle like that, or you've got to cut away some wood there to make clearance, so those shoulders will clear those points. But if it's done correctly, then that's about a flat surface there and there, close to how it is there. But even that, it's not a perfect joint, but it works. And I've done some that were about that long and about 1/8 inch, maybe 3/16 inch square. And that's all that I have this time, but stay tuned. I've got a lot more to show you guys. And until next time, thanks for watching.